Hello guys, welcome back. In the last lecture, we worked on our first feature spec using Capybara. In this lecture, we will continue with the same spec, but this time we will learn a new thing. So what's that new thing? So first we need to run the existing spec. So go to the terminal and run this home page spec. So switch to the terminal here and here, bundle exec rspec spec features and homepage spec. Okay, and when you run this spec, you will see that the spec is open in the browser. Okay, and you can notice here that the Chrome is not open in the maximized window size, and so far this is not an issue. Now exit the debugger on the Rails console. Okay, so exit the debugger and you will see that the spec is passed successfully. And now go to the browser and visit the root page of your application. Okay, so switch to the browser and here you can see that we have one link other except dev community and device links, that is sign in. Okay, and now we need to check that whether this link is present or not. Okay, so go to the spec again and here what we need to do that just send this, just copy this, and here what we need to do, we need to add, check for whether a link for sign in exists or not. So make it expect page dot to have link. Okay, and now if you run this spec, then you will get error and your spec will not get passed even though we have this signing link in the header. Okay, so now go to the terminal and run this spec again, and this time you will see an error. Okay, your spec will get broke. So here you can see that expected to find visible link sign in, but there was no matches. Also found the empty string which matched the selector but not all filters. Okay, so what we need to do here, that first go to the spec again and add the debugger after the visit root path. Okay, so add the debugger here and now run this spec again, and you will see that the spec is open here. So here you can see that since the Chrome is not opened in the maximized window, so you will not be able to see the sign in link here. You will only able to see sign in link when you click on this hamburger sign, and here you can see the sign in into the toggle navigation bar. Okay, but since we are testing our feature specs and we are testing the login page function, home page functionality, and for the browser pages, so it should show the sign in link here. So what we need to do that, so first we need to change our settings to open the Chrome into the maximized window whenever our feature spec run. Okay, so and that is the thing that we will learn in this lecture. Okay, so what we need to do here, first exit the debugger and you will see that your spec will get fail. Okay, so to pass this spec, we need to do some changing into the Capybara. So go to the rails helper.rb. Okay, here in the specs, rails, open the rails helper.rb, and here you can see what we have right now, that Capybara registered driver. So first we need to create a method as options name. So def options, and here we need to provide options like options equal to Selenium WebDriver, and then Chrome options dot new. We need to instantiate this options class from the Selenium WebDriver Chrome. Okay, now we need to provide the option to open the Chrome in maximized window state. So how we can do that? So options dot add argument, and here you need to provide hyphen hyphen start maximized. Okay, and then return options. Okay, so what will happen, that when you call this option along with this Capybara Selenium driver instance, then this will add this argument, that is start maximize to the options, and then when you run your spec, the Chrome browser will be open in the maximized states. Okay, so now just copy these options within the Capybara Selenium driver new instance here, options, and then call this options method. Okay, and that's it. Now save the rails helper file and run the spec again. So save this file and go to the terminal and run this spec again. Now when you run this spec, you will see the the Chrome browser is open into the maximized state, and now you can see the sign in link here. Okay, and now if you exit this spec, I mean when you exit from the debugger, you will see that the spec is being passed now. So here you can see one example, zero failure. Okay, so what we learn here, that how to change our Capybara settings to open the browser in maximized window, and by default it will not come with the maximized window, so you will only see the mobile view uh, of the Chrome. Okay, since we are checking, we are writing specs for testing our browser pages, so we need to open all the pages within the maximized browser window. Okay, and this is how you can do. So let me show you again that what we did. Here you can see that we created this options method, and here we added the argument start maximized into the option, and then we pass these options here, and then we check for this link, that is expect page dot to have link sign in. Okay, now if you wish, you can remove the debugger from here. Okay, and that's all from this lecture. Here we learn how to change the Capybara configs to open the browser in the maximized window. So try this lecture at your end, and we will meet into the next lecture with another feature spec, where we will write specs for signing in user by filling attributes value, I mean the email, username and password values. We will fill the values from our Capybara specs. Okay, so try this lecture at your end, and we will meet into the next lecture. Till then, tata, goodbye, take care, and stay safe.